Have you ever realized why most people are traumatized, stressed, or poor over a long period of time? Have you ever realized why most people's plans never come to the fact that they were planned before and effectively? Have you ever realized why most people are pushed to a point whereby they think of suicide? From my own hypothesis, I came to realize that most people focus on the obstacles. I believe that 97% of the world's population has goals. Everyone has goals. But are you focusing on the goals? Because I came to realize that you and I may be focusing on the obstacles instead of what needs to be done. So it's well known in the pilot community that when you focus on an obstacle, you'll hit the obstacles. And that's why they're told focus on the goal. A footballer who focuses on the goalkeeper misses or finds himself in a point whereby the ball has been grasped. Why? It's because that guy was focusing on what? The obstacle. So put yourself in a point whereby you don't become a Mr. and Mrs. Obstacle. Put yourself to a point whereby you focus on the goal that's required, focusing on what needs to be done. Because it's a fact that even, let's say I'm walking with you, it's a cool evening and let's go for a walk. So in the process, I tell you, don't look back, kindly don't look back. What will you do? You look back. So our mind is constantly programmed in a way to acclimatize to do what we are told not to. And that's why we find ourselves doing what we don't want to do. In fact, we love doing what we don't want to do. It's because our mind is programmed in that way. So first of all, program your mind in a way that it will focus on what needs to be done. Because if you don't program it to focus on the goal, it will program itself to do what is not required of you. So you'll end up whining or crying. Why are my things not going as I planned? It's because you're constantly focusing on the obstacles. So life will constantly throw obstacles at you so that you can be challenged. But the 3% who thrive in such an environment of challenges survive because they constantly focus on what needs to be done. They focus on the goal. I believe that I have business friends. I know I have business friends, and most of them are planning on starting their own ventures. But I constantly hear them complain of I don't have the right team, I don't have enough capital, I don't have the resources. How will people think of me? They're constantly focusing on the constraints that prevent people from developing, the constraints that are limiting them. So you have a role to play for yourself. Focus on what needs to be done. Jot it down on a piece of paper and say, this is what I want to do. Don't become Lot's wife. Don't become that person who, when told don't look back, you look back. Try to control your mind in a way that it does what it needs to be done because you're the CEO of that mind. You're the manager of that mind. So you're the controller. You're the head. So whatever you want to be done by the mind, you are responsible for it. Because if you don't, it will take the role by its own. So remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much, guys.